Drag is about empowerment.
We travel across this country to take people from who they are to what they can be.
Can you tell me sort of about where the idea for the show came from?
Well, the creators of the show are Johnny and Steven. They created the show. And I was approached, maybe like I had just finished a gig and I got a phone call from a number I didn't recognize. And he was like, I want you to come do this. I have a project, but I can't tell you over the phone. We have to meet in person. I was like, what in the Secret Service is this? So I went and I met with them in Manhattan. And after they pitched the idea to me and assured me that it would be a show where we also, like, because my biggest fear initially was that it would just be like some show where gays go and make straight people's lives better. And I was like, well, I don't want to make that show. But then after being assured that it would be telling lots of queer stories, I was like, well, mama, I'm in.
The three of you together work great. How do you think you like complement each other?
You know, I consider Bob and Eureka and I kind of like Charlie's Angels, you know, over there in our own walks of life, doing amazing things. Then Charlie calls, we get put together to go out there and kick some butt. All three of us have like really fun-loving personalities. All three of us are originally from small towns, Bob in Georgia, Eureka in Tennessee, and myself from Paris, Texas. So we kind of all have a special place in our heart for this type of show, which is specifically going to small towns across America and helping people to go through their journey and really realize their best selves through the power of drag.
These small towns, there are people who have never seen a drag queen. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared.
Well, there are some parts where you drop into these small towns and like you get out in full drag, and some people think it's amazing. You know, you go into coffee shops, people are like, Shangela! Like they can't believe you're in Twin Falls, Idaho or whatever.
Neither can I.
When you're in Branson, you know, people are like, get the fuck off my property.
Being from smaller towns, we've probably experienced stuff ourselves. So we also try to keep in mind, like, we're going into their environment doing something they're not really used to. So I think we already have, like, our big girl pants on, and we're, like, prepared to kind of face anything that we might come across. And we really just try to, like, instead of argue with these people, we just kind of say, okay, you know, we're moving on, you know, because we're not there to, like, start an argument or a fight. We're really just there to be seen. So when we're asked to, like, be removed from a property, you know, like, we take a moment to try to say, okay, well, we're not here to harm, but if they still feel negative about it, we just leave, you know, and try to do it politely, because we're obviously not going to fight fire with fire. We're there to fight fire with glitter.
Where discrimination or hate or challenges against our visibility as queer people, where that's meant to discourage us, as drag queens, a lot of times it encourages us instead to go out there, to be seen, to stand up for people who in a community, these people experience these things every day, you know, and we know it, just like Eureka said, because we come from these places in the world. So we don't step back or hide from these moments. Now we're empowered to join hands with people and help them walk through them.
Also, if people tell us that they called the cops to leave, my black ass ain't about to stick around to see what happens when the cops show up. Like, want me to leave? I'll leave, girl.
We're actually taking some locals, turning them into fierce drag queens.
Shangela, Bob the drag queen, and Eureka. We came and we brought drag. Ooh, I feel like Mary Poppins, bitch.
What's the sort of team behind the scenes? Like, I know you have hair and makeup people. Are you doing everything from scratch day one?
So the outfits that you see our drag daughters wearing on these shows are made in the towns. Like, we bring in entire teams, including hair, costume, and makeup, and we have consultations with the people that we're working with, and it's all made right there in the town. Some of the materials come from out of town, LA and New York and nearby big cities, but it's all made right there in the town.
And you even had someone in town make you an outfit, Bob.
Lavender's grandma made me a skirt in Twin Falls, and I still have it. It's in my basement right now.
And Bob also sometimes goes thrift store shopping in those small towns as well. I don't want to brag, but I did help him pick a dress that later made it to one of his photo shoots.
I loved the visual of the cars, like the purse and the elephant, you know. What were those like?
The art department really went in there and, like, you know, took a note from who we are as people. And for example, Bob's is totally, you look at it and you're like, purse first, that's Bob. And Eureka, Elephant Queen, bam, that's Eureka. And mine with the box and fuchsia, I love it. It's really great.
I think we all go through that struggle of life, doubts and insecurities, and just people making fun of you or bullying you.
Everything about me at one point or another has been used against me.
Is there something that makes you guys cry?
For me, it's always like when someone like expresses their like emotional love for a parent, or like obviously the situation with Larry, the grandpa situation. Every time I talk about my mom, you know, like for me, it just needs to be like parental type figures, just because I was so close with my mom specifically, or like when someone's dream comes true, like on a competition series like The Voice or something, when they make it on American Idol, I always cry with them.
I'm a rom-com crier, so like at the end of the movie when J-Lo gets the guy that she was going for, like she was a maid and then she was in these beautiful clothes, but really moments of vulnerability, like especially in the show when people are so vulnerable that it's like, wow, you really opened up with me. You really like shared this so much with me, and now they're having a breakthrough, and I feel like we're having a breakthrough together. Whether it's my daughter or Bob and Eureka's daughter, I'll just be like, oh my gosh, okay, I don't want to mess up my lashes. Don't let me get these lashes.
That grandpa specifically was like the world's sweetest man.
I think I was crying in that moment too for a lot of reasons. You know, I said not a lot of people have that because, you know, I never had a grandpa. Both my mom's dad died before I was born, and my father's father just wasn't in my life. So to see a queer person having such a strong relationship with their grandfather, maybe I was, you know, mourning not having that myself or yearning for that, but it really struck a chord with me.
My mom had this look as she thought I would go to hell.
If you could say something to them now, what would you say? You know?
I'm sorry.